we race. Giuliano Holtzam has stalled at the back of the pack and misses the start. No problem for Giuseppe Palomba, who leads the field down into turn one. Immediately goes defensive as the CRG attack right behind him, led by Jeremy around the outside. Denner in P3. Palomba puts the 107 Buralart in the middle of the circuit, and he leads the field through the infield for the first time. Down the hill, a clean start at this point. Here's the CRG attack. Gee, they look good. Victor Gustafsson, 101. Pavel Tontari, 103. And Jeremy in second place. A move down the inside. Emilian goes through, does not wait, does not mess around. Does the French driver who has dominated up until this point. And the CRG, it looks to be Victor in trouble. Loses a ton of time. The newly crowned world champion comes across the line in position 9. Palomba, Denner. This is exactly a replay of the pre-final. Palomba goes defensive. Denner will not tolerate it this time. Tries the inside, runs into the back of the Italian almost. Now tries the outside right behind him. His countryman, but from a different team. That's Jeremy and Pavel from Finland in position 4. Great start by Vasile. There's the Romanian in the DR card in position 5. Trying to drag himself into the fight for the lead. Down into the hairpin. Palomba will make the 107 Buralart almost 10 meters wide as he comes across the line. Tries to build some momentum. The Buralart traditionally will come on strong towards the end of the race. Needs to get heat into the Vega tyres. The gap, 0.0. The order, Palomba, Denner, Iglesias, Tontari, Vasile. Good start also by that Stellhammer. Daniel Stell for the Dawn Motorsport team. The German driver, he's just outside the top 5 at the moment. Head of the 2 Italians, Andrea Dalle, Matteo Zanchi, Trefilov, Gustafsson in trouble. He's back in position 10. Palomba under pressure. He simply says, bring it on, boys. The driver from Napoli is up for the fight. Denner needs to be careful, calculating when he makes the move, thinks about it there. Too far back, no chance, as Giuseppe closes the door. Iglesias now loses a little bit of time. It is Buralart, Sonny cut down the inside. A tighter line from Denner, sends it! Does the Frenchman, and goes through and takes the lead. Fantastic pass. They're 3 wide in the background. Tontari on the inside of his world champion teammate. There is Stell for Dawn Motorsport. The Miami Powered Kart Republic there as well. Daniel Vasile, the Modena Powered DR Kart, is now just 1 step off the podium. The Romanian is flying. Denner now leads. Palomba's in trouble. Gets up onto 2 wheels, needs to respond immediately, but already the gap is out to, you can see, good 10 meters. 3 or 4 kart lengths as they come across the line to start lap 5. Christian Bertuca has just been penalised 5 seconds. He's effectively out of it. He sits in behind David Trefilov, who's fallen back to 11th. What about the start for La Veneta? Natalia Balbo. She started the pre-final in dead last. She started the final in 15th. And the girl from Vicenza, just outside Venice, is in position 10. Flying the flag for the CRG team, there is Natalia coming down the hill in superb form this weekend. In the WSK Open Cup, her teammates, Pavel Tontari in position 3, but he's losing time to Palomba and Denner. Vasile, can he put it down the inside? The driver from Pitești in Romania. A step off the podium. The gap is out to 0.7 of a second, a 45.843 for Emilian Denner. He's gone. Emilian Denner disappears down the road. He's pulling away from Palomba as you look at Jeremy Iglesias, the 2020 world champion at this very circuit. Trying to find a way past Daniel Vasile, and in turn, defending off the German driver, Daniel Stell. Vasile, position 3. The Romanian on the podium. The response from Pavel Tontari, it needs to be immediate. Look at Stell on the outside. There is no room, almost runs into the back of the CRG. As Andrea Dalle, the Brescian on his home circuit, comes to fight as well. The gap, 1 second. Denner with a 45.761. In contrast, a 46 dead. It was 0.3 of a second different last time round. As the two CRG drivers trade positions. And Daniel on the outside says, what are you doing, boys? Give me space. He'll lose it to Dalle. Closes the door. And the 2014 European champion, Andrea Dalle, the Brescian driver on his home circuit, also for TACRG, trying to put himself in the fight as well. There behind is Victor Gustafsson, the newly crowned world champion, now recovering after a forgettable start. But Emilian down to the gap last time is 1.0 seconds. It's out to 1.2. Palomba in second place, the fastest driver on the circuit. Here comes Victor, a 45.720. So marginally faster than the race leader, Denner. But overall, he's 4.3 seconds behind the Frenchman. And critically, he's got 7 karts in front of him. The rest of the field poured down through. Frigo-Mosca, Holtzem, Noshov, Bergmeister, Ribera. There's Klimenko, Wojcic going through ahead of Gavin Taylor. Good to see the bat from Colombo in Sri Lanka, in the north of the Indian Ocean, on debut in KZ2. A difficult start to the gearbox category. It is ahead of the second Romanian, Darius Kotiga, Carlo Kaczewski, and Giuliano Holtzem. Andrea Bossetto, the sole retirement from the race. As Emilian pulls out another 1/10 of a second from Palomba, it's looking ominous. Daniel Vasile, how about some credit for the Romanian? 1, 2, 3 on the grid were Birulat, CRG and Sodi Kart. But the DR kart, the modern-powered Danilo Rossi racing kart, that's him. In position 3 coming down the hill. Just ahead of the 2020 world champion, Jeremy Iglesias. 34-year-old Frenchman from Brignoles in the south of France. Still going through for Dorr Motorsport, the German driver for the German team, the Miami Powered Kart Republic. The gap stays the same, 1.1 seconds. So Palomba, well, he's got a big job ahead of him. Approaching half race distance here, the 21 lap, 25-kilometre final. Iglesias looks good. Just shadowing it there, the Romanian driver. Daniel Vasile on the podium in the WSK Final Cup. I'm stretching my memory now. That was at Adria, I believe, 4 seasons ago. Good driver is Daniel. Staying loyal to the DR Racing team. And he's in position 3 at the moment, but Iglesias closes up under brakes. So we are approaching half race distance. We'll check the gap, 1.1 seconds last time round. The WSK Open Cup, you're at the center of the karting universe. South Garda Karting Lonato. 1.1 seconds between Denner and Palomba. 0.0 you can see between Vasile and Jeremy down through the gearbox. Still now up into P5 from Tontari, Gustafsson, Dalle, Trevlov, Zanki and Natalia. To drop back to 11th place, Matteo Zanchi. After a DNF in Heat 2 on Friday, it really set the Italians at week up to be a difficult challenge. He's fought back brilliantly through the heats for Zanchi Motorsport. Peter Balbo, Imberg, Pudjarten, Ethan Frigo-Mosca, Noshov, Sandro Holtzem, and Jakob Bergmeister from the back of the grid. Also for the DR kart team, also modern powered, the German from grid 29 into 17th place. Into the second half of the race now, and a purple sector from Denner. The gap is 1.2 seconds. Iglesias down through the gearbox in the middle of the circuit. Victor looks over his shoulder just to find another CRG of the Brescian. Andrea Dalle ahead is Pavel Tontari. 4 CRGs inside the top 10, but unfortunately they're not on the podium. 4 inside the top 10, but the best is the driver on your screen, Jeremy Iglesias in 4th place. Jeremy Iglesias also winning the 2019 Winter Cup at this very circuit. That was for Formula K. In a landmark year for the French driver, the veteran has raced with and beaten everyone in not only World Karting but also World Motorsport. And has gone wheel to wheel with the likes of George, Charles, and just about half of the Formula One grid as well. Also Lando, if memory serves correct, and also raced in KZ with Max in 2013 when Max took the 2013 World Championship. Also for CRG, He's behind Vasile, closes up slightly on the remaining, goes deep under brakes. There was an opportunity, but Daniel just was enough ahead. Speaking of Daniel, that's Stelling P5 for Door Motorsports. Also competing in GT in Germany. Tontrik, Gustafsson, Dale, Trefilov, Zanki. Here's an opportunity for Iglesias. Down through the gearbox, hard under to brakes. The newly extended part of the circuit built in 2016 to bring us up to the current 1.2 kilometre length. Slotty Cup, the Sigma chassis powered by the TM of Denner in position 1. Palomba, also TM powered on the Birolati in second place. Vasile, the Modena powered on the DR kart in third. And Jeremy TM on the CRG in fourth. Miami powered Kart Republic in fifth. Fabulous drive from Daniel Stell. Looks as though he'll miss the podium, but regardless, he's been superb. Emilian Danner, surely on his way to victory, but the gap remains 1.2 seconds. Iglesias looks across at his mechanic into pit lane, waiting for instruction. You saw he just looked left ever so slightly. There's only one thing he needs to do, and that's past Daniel Vasile. But it's easier said than done. Down through the chicane, Daniel locks up, almost misses the apex, straightens the car, turns in, just kisses the ripple strip, accelerates. Ferocious speeds from these KZ2 karts. Even though this is not the fastest track in the world by any stretch, they're still doing 138 to 141 k's an hour right there. Down through the world famous turn 1 and 2 here at Lonato. 1.3 seconds, another 10th from Denner. Palomba won't do it. Giuseppe Palomba won the WSK Euro Series earlier on in the season. He won here at Lonato. He finished third on his home circuit. That was enough to take the title. That was at Sarno. But he's in second, and he's 1.3 seconds behind Denner. Vasile, superb in third. Jeremy loses a little bit of time now. Starting to be caught by the Miami powered Kart Republic in position 5, with now just on 5 laps remaining. 16 in the books. This is lap 17 of 21. The KZ2 final, the WSK Open Cup here at South Garda Karting Lonato in the north of Italy. Vasile, just brilliant. On the podium at the moment, if he can hold on as we come up to the 13-minute mark of this race. Emilian Danner, what a talent. The driver from Strasbourg in France. Let's not forget that he's won races here in the past. Most recently, he actually won the WSK Euro Series round. As you see, Trefelos sent it down the inside of Dale. That was for 8th place. He won here a couple of years ago. That was for Intrepid in the final round of the Euro Series. A season racing in Toyota Racing Series Formula 3 in New Zealand. That was before the world stopped in 2000. I'm going to say 18-19 over the summer break. Some 20,000 kilometres from this, the North Italian circuit. Pole position in the rain on Friday with a 62.049. 3 heat victories in the rain, in the damp and in the dry yesterday. Third in the pre-final though, as Giuseppe Palomba defended, and it looks as though Denner was not worried. He just waited. Made a fantastic move to go through and take the lead, and he's now just 3 laps away from victory and the WSK title. .6 seconds the gap. Denner and Palomba. 0.3 of a second between Daniel Vasile and Jeremy Iglesias behind. There's Daniel Stell. Victor Gustafsson, not a bad recovery for 1:01. Ahead of Tontari, Trefilov, Dale, Zanki going through. That's Thomas Hamburg, Yarton, Natalia Balbo. She's next. La Veneta ahead of Ethan Frigomaska, Paul Ribera, and Jakob Bergmeister, the 2 German-speaking drivers. Paul from Austria ahead of Jakob, who's come from the back of the grid. He's now into 16th. And then the 2 Dutchmen, Robin Glarum and Nathan Sharp. He'll be relieved to get to the checkered flag. Unfortunately, Sandro and Giuliano Holtzam will not. But Atuka is out, Bossetto is out, as is the other German, Karl Lukaczewski. Penultimate lap now, and the final chance for Jeremy closes up on the back of Daniel. Daniel still, meanwhile, fighting with Victor Gustafsson. Palombo, the gap is 1.7 seconds. Dana will win the WSK Open Cup. Last lap next time around. Down through the chicane for the penultimate time. The French team, the French driver with 1 lap to go. Palombo in second. The fight for the bottom step of the podium is not over yet. One final shot for Jeremy the Jet. Le dernier tour pour Emilien Dana dans le première place. The last lap for the French driver in the top spot, Emilien Dana. He's on his way to the title. Il Napolitano can't do it. Daniel Vassilaire for the Danilo Rossi Racing Car team. Don't forget, he's powered by the Modena engine, surrounded by TM power plants. He's half a lap away from the podium. Down the hill for the final time into the chicane. There goes Dana, there goes Palomba. Vassilaire goes defensive. The fight for the final step of the podium needs to close the door, and does so. Jeremy around the outside. 1 corner remaining. Emilien Dana to take the title. That checkered flag is about to wave. The WSK Open Cup for 2022 goes to the French driver for the French team. Emilien Dana for CPB Sport Storicat takes the victory. Palomba Il Napolitano. Twice he's won this title, but finishes second today. On the podium, the Romanian Daniel Vassilaire in third place.